Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, we will presentation about Semarang City RPJMD 2016 until 2021. Our group consists Rima Maulidina Khairunnisa, student number 28, Nandya Indah Hapsari, student number 37, and the last, Gita Ramadhiani, student number 41. Okay, let's discuss about Semarang City RPJMD.
Based on Undang-Undang Nomor 25 Tahun 2004 concerning the National Development Planning System, development planning aims to support coordination between development actors, ensure integration, synchronization, and synergy between regions, between space, between government function, and between the central and regional government. In addition, development planning also aims to ensure linkage and consistency between planning, budgeting, implementation, and supervision. Regional development planning has a very significant role in encouraging regional development. Planning will provide direction and focus in the implementation development. This is done so that the implementation of development can run effectively and efficiently and be able to achieve regional development targets. Thus, development planning becomes the basis or reference implementing and development in the future.
Okay, and the next is Semarang Vision. Semarang is a city of great trade and services towards a more prosperous society. The vision above implies that Semarang as a metropolitan city with an environmental perspective will become a city that is reliable and advanced in trade and services, supported by adequate infrastructure and remains a conducive area to improve the welfare of its citizens with the support of political, security, social, economic, and cultural development. And the first vision is City of Trade and Services. It means that Semarang City will become a city of great trade and services, which is supported by conducive and modern urban conditions while still paying attention to the sustainable environment for the progress of Semarang City. This can be demonstrated by the rate of economic growth, which continues to increase every year. The greater the investment value, and then the decreasing percentage of flood and tidal areas. And the second vision is prosperous. It means that in the next 5 years, the people of Semarang City will increase their welfare by fulfilling the needs for education, health, basic service, and supporting facilities and the infrastructure. The increase in the welfare of the great city of Semarang is shown through an increase in the value of Human Development Index and the General Development Index, as well as reduction in the poverty rate and the open unemployment rate. To provide direction in achieving the vision is translated into a work focus known as HEBAT, which is an acronym for healthiness, education, building or physical infrastructure, attitude or behavior, and then trading. And the achievement of Great Semarang is described in several target indicators for 5 years as seen in the figure, including the Development Human Index, the rate of economic growth, the Bureaucratic Reform Index, etc.
Semarang City has 4 missions. First, creating a culture and quality community life. Development is prioritized on improving the quality of human resources who have a high level of education and health status and uphold the original culture of the city of Semarang. Second, realizing a more reliable government to improve public service. The administration of government is prioritized on implementing real, effective, efficient, and accountable regional autonomy by applying the principles of good governance so that it is able to provide excellent service to the community accompanied by upholding the rule of law and human rights. Third, realizing a dynamic and environmental friendly metropolitan city. Development is prioritized on optimizing spatial use and enhancing regional infrastructure development that is planned, harmonious, balanced, and just by taking into account the concept of development that is environmentally sound and sustainable. 4. Strengthening the people's economy based on local excellence and building a conducive business climate. Development is prioritized on increasing the capacity of the regional economy with a strong economic structure based on competitive advantage based on local economic potential, people-oriented economy, and basic economy sectors that are competitive at local, national, and international levels, as well as increasing investment in large industrial sectors for absorbed labor, which is supported by the existence of both areas, industrial and warehousing areas, as well as the construction of small and household industrial centers. Semarang City has four missions. First, creating a culture and quality community life. Development is prioritized on improving the quality of human resources who have a high level of education and health status and uphold the original culture of the city of Semarang. Second, realizing a more reliable government to improve public service. The administration of government is prioritized on implementing real, effective, efficient, and accountable regional autonomy by applying the principles of good governance so that it is able to provide excellent service to the community accompanied by upholding the rule of law and human rights. Third, realizing a dynamic and environmental friendly metropolitan city. Development is prioritized on optimizing spatial use and enhancing regional infrastructure development that is planned, harmonious, balanced, and just by taking into account the concept of development that is environmentally sound and sustainable. 4. Strengthening the people's economy based on local excellence and building a conducive business climate. Development is prioritized on increasing the capacity of the regional economy with a strong economic structure based on competitive advantage based on local economic potential, people-oriented economy, and basic economy sectors that are competitive at local, national, and international levels, as well as increasing investment in large industrial sectors for absorbed labor, which is supported by the existence of both areas, industrial and warehousing areas, as well as the construction of small and household industrial centers.
Objective and targets. Objectives are statements about things that need to be done to achieve the vision. Carry out mission by answering regional strategic issues and regional development problems. The formulation of goal is the basis for making choice, development strategy, and the mean for evaluating this option. The objective of the 2016 until 2021 RPJMD are as follows. First, increasing quality human research and culture. Increasing quality culture, human research is the goal of the first mission, namely releasing life culture and qualified society. Second, increase community welfare. Increase community welfare is the goal of the mission first, namely creating a cultured combination, life and quality. Third, the realization of good governance and serving. The realization of good and serving governance is the goal of the second mission, namely realizing governance which is increasingly reliable to improve public service. Fourth, the realization of regional conductivity. The realization of regional conductivity is the goal of the second mission, namely creating and increasing reliable to government for improved public service. Fifth, the realization of city development that is resilient, productive, and sustainable. The realization is strong, productive, and urban development sustainable is one of the goals of the third mission, namely creating a dynamic and insightful metropolitan city environment. 6. Increase local economic productivity. Resilient and sustainable economic development is basic concept that will support the development of the city of Semarang. Objective and targets. Objectives are statements about things that need to be done to achieve the vision. Carry out mission by answering regional strategic issues and regional development problems. The formulation of goal is the basis for making choice, development strategy, and the mean for evaluating this option. The objective of the 2016 until 2021 RPJMD are as follows. First, increasing quality human research and culture. Increasing quality culture, human research is the goal of the first mission, namely releasing life culture and qualified society. Second, increase community welfare. Increase community welfare is the goal of the mission first, namely creating a cultured combination, life and quality. Third, the realization of good governance and serving. The realization of good and serving governance is the goal of the second mission, namely realizing governance which is increasingly reliable to improve public service. Fourth, the realization of regional conductivity. The realization of regional conductivity is the goal of the second mission, namely creating and increasing reliable to government for improved public service. Fifth, the realization of city development that is resilient, productive, and sustainable. The realization is strong, productive, and urban development sustainable is one of the goals of the third mission, namely creating a dynamic and insightful metropolitan city environment. 6. Increase local economic productivity. Resilient and sustainable economic development is basic concept that will support the development of the city of Semarang.
Okay, we can see this table. Okay, this is a table that shows the relationship between the vision, mission, and objectives that are interrelated with each other. The goals that have been prepared are further translated into indicators of achievement. It is very important to measure whether these goals are being achieved or not. Okay, for the first objective, the increase in human research, quality, and culture. The objective indicator is Human Development Index, the level local wisdom culture. And the second goal, increasing welfare community, has indicators of open unemployment rate, poverty, and rate level of participation community. Okay, and the third goal, the realization of governance, good governance, and serve have related indicators, index reforms. And the fourth goal of realization of conduciveness region indicators, M, is the percentage decline in crisis security and order. And the fifth goal of realization of development urban tough, productive, and sustainable indicators, M, is percentage area urban tough, productive, and sustainable. And the last goal, increase the local economic productivity. The object indicator is the growth rate of economy.
The target is the expected result of a goal that is formulated in a measurable, specific, easy to achieve, reasonable manner to be implemented within the next 5 years. The results of the formulation of Semarang City Development Goals for 2016 until 2020 based on the mission and objectives are as follows. First, increasing quality and human resources culture. To achieve this goal, the objectives that must be realized are as follows: increasing education accessibility and health status public, and then increasing local cultural wisdom. Second, increasing community welfare. To achieve these goals, the following objectives must be realized: increasing the quality of labor competitiveness, the decline in poverty rate, and then increasing capacity of community empowerment in development. Third, achieving good governance and serve. To achieve these goals, the targets that must be realized are as follows: realization of burarsi, work clean and public service good.
Fourth, achievement attitude of regional. To achieve this goal, the target must be achieved manifested are as follows: increasing the quality of public peace and order. Fifth, achieving resilient urban development, productive and sustainable. To achieve this goal, the target must be achieved manifested are as follows: achieving spatial powerful, increasing urban infrastructure service performance, increasing disaster resilience, realization quality living environment, and realization of basic facility and infrastructure settlement quality. 6. Increased productivity of the local economy. To achieve these goals, the target must be achieved manifested are as follow: increase value superior trade and service, and increase regional superior product.
Okay, the next, the picture on the side show the logical framework for achieving the vision. As we can see, there are two main points of the vision which are described in the keywords city of trade and services and prosperous. The main vision of prosperity or sejahtera is measured through the main indicator. The indicator is the Human Development Index or HDI and the Gender Development Index or GDI. And then the vision for the city of trade and services is measured through the main indicators. The indicator is economic growth rate or EGR. Okay, the three indicators will be unrelated. The increase in HDI and GDI will be influenced by the increase in the value of EGR. With the higher the value of EGR, it is assumed that welfare will increase, which is indicated by the increase in the value of HDI and GDI. Conversely, with a society that is prosperous and whose needs are fulfilled, as indicated by the value of HDI and GDI, it is expected that productivity will influence, which will contribute to increasing EGR. And then these three indicators are the main indicators of poverty rate, whose achievements are mutually influence and affect HDI, GDI, and EGR. With the increasing of EGR, it is assumed that it will be reduced the poverty rate. Conversely, with a decrease in the poverty rate, productivity will increase, which in turn will contribute to increasing the value of EGR. Likewise, the relationship between HDI score and GDI and then the poverty rate. The increased HDI and GDI values will have an effect on reducing the poverty rate and vice versa. And then EGR is directly supported by indicators of contribution of trade and services, contribution of manufacturing industry, and investment value. EGR will increase if the three indicators can increase too. And then HDI and GDI are also supported directly by existence of local culture wisdom. To preserve the noble values that exist in society, including community participation and development, to support the reduction of the open unemployment rate, it is necessary to increase the competence of the workforce so that it can be absorbed into employment which in turn will increase the labor force participation rate so as to reduce the poverty rate. On the other hand, an increase in investment value will be influenced by region conduciveness, one of which seen through a reduction in society and order disturbance. The more conducive in the region is, the more attractive it will be to invest.
This is a table that explains the vision, mission, goals, and objectives of the 2016 until 2021 RPJMD for Semarang City. In this table, it has been briefly explained how the goals of the city of Semarang until 2021, then indicators of objectives, targets, performance indicators, units, realization, targets, and also the end performance of the RPJMD period.
And this is the same as the previous table with discussed vision, mission, goals, and objective of Semarang City RPJMD in 2016 until 2021.
Okay, this slide is about the strategy, policy direction, and programs regional development. Strategy and policy direction is a planning formula comprehensive about how local government can achieve the goals and objectives of the RPJMD effectively and efficiently. The strategy and policy direction constitute a planning formulation comprehensive on how the Semarang city governments will make effort to achieve the vision, mission, goals, and objectives and performance target of the RPJMD effectively and efficiently for the next 5 years. Can be used as a means to transform, reform, and improve the performance of the bureaucracy. In formulating strategies and policy direction, the RPJMD also consider policies in strengthening the regional innovation system, namely building a database, compiling regulation, and then developing incentive and disincentive mechanism, strengthening networks among stakeholders, and then building an information technology-based innovation diffusion system and communication forums between stakeholders, and then fostering new innovative creativity initiative through formal and informal education, and then building innovative creativity appreciation system, and then building vertical and horizontal institutional strengthening through communication and coordination between institutions, and then improving the quality of physical infrastructure services with international standard. And the last is increasing public understanding and concern for disclosure of information and knowledge that support trade and services.
Linkage of goals, targets, and strategies. Targets and strategies. The strategic or priority development of the city of Semarang has been integrated with the National Development Agenda under the leadership of President Insinyur Joko Widodo and Vice President Yusuf Kala. Table of directions for annual policy on regional government work plans. The policy direction is a decision of the stakeholders as guidelines to direct the formulation of the selected strategy in order to be consistent in achieving the goals and objectives at each stage during the period time 5 years.
Strategic planning is meant to translate the vision and regional head's mission into the work plan. Everything that is directly intended to realize the goals and objectives of the RPJMD, then it considered strategic. Meanwhile, operational planning is intended to realize the goals and objectives of the RPJMD development board in more detail into each mission-based approach to both obligatory and optional affairs, based on the vision, mission, goals, and objectives that have been formulated in the discussion of the previous chapter. In order to achieve development target, then formulated as
Okay, the slide is show that the strategy and program regional development. In realizing the achievements of successful development, the Smart City government has set several superior programs which are priority financing that must be implemented by regional operators within the Semarang City government. Determination of development priority programs that are adjusted to the strategy and direction of regional development policies are shown in the table below. 15. Strategy is increasing disaster resilience. The policy direction is increasing government and resilient community to disaster, and the development programs include prevention and disaster preparedness programs. The next is 16. The strategy is increasing investment easy. The policy direction is provision of pro-regulation and policies investment. And the development programs include promotion programs and investment cooperation, and program to improve the investment climate and investment realization. 17. The strategy is improvement of product distribution network. The policy is improvement of trade facilities and infrastructure representative. And then the development programs include the program to improve efficiency of domestic trade. Okay, next is 18. The strategy is increasing management of tourism competitiveness. The policy direction is increasing tourism management, and the development programs include the development program tourism destination and the marketing development program tourism. 19. The strategy is increasing food security. The policy direction is increasing food availability, access, and food behavior for the people that are diverse, nutritionally balanced, and safe. And then the development programs include the food security program. And the next is 20. The strategy is local economic development. The policy direction is development of business center or product local economic. The development program includes culture development program, fisheries, and urban agricultural development program. And the last is 21. The strategy is strengthening and development of small and medium enterprises and micro enterprises. The policy direction is increasing the productivity of small, medium enterprises and enterprises micro. And the development program include development program, entrepreneurship and small and enterprises competitive advantage medium, and small and industry development program medium. Apart from the aforementioned strategies, policy direction, and priority program, the RPJMD priorities support for national and provincial medium-term strategy program and activities in Semarang City as follow. First, development of rail-based mass transportation within the city of Semarang. The second is development of access to the new passenger terminal at Ramadhiani Airport. And then the third is construction of the Jangka, Poncol, Tawang, Alas2 elevated train, including the Kaligawe flyover. And the fourth, the transit and semi-BRT development. And the fifth is Tanjung Mas Port development, and etc.
Thank you for your attention. Sorry if in presenting the material has a mistake or deficiencies. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.